What's up, guys? Welcome to another installment of EAP TV. Today we're going to be answering more of your questions from the BeatZillow Facebook group. Coming up.
All I do is adore you all of the time.
Alright guys, so before we jump into the questions directly, there is a public service announcement that I think it's very important we make here on our channel. Last week in the BeatZillow Facebook group, there was a post from Dustin Brome, who is a longtime LeadSites user. And LeadSites users like Dustin and many others have been featured in video content, in blog content here on EasyAgentPro to show you guys case studies and exemplify exactly what the sites can do. But lately there's been an issue with people making their way onto sites like Dustin's or Karen's and filling out their lead capture forms, which, as you know, a lot of agents have systems in place to follow up with everybody coming through their lead capture forms. So if you have clicked through to an agent's website from their Facebook ad and then opted in on their lead capture form, all just for the sake of researching the site itself, you have just cost them money from their ad and potentially created an issue for their follow-up system. So we would just like to ask that if you are interested in finding out more about the lead sites we feature here on our channel or on our blog, you email me directly, kelvin@easyagentpro.com, or you reach out to these agents directly. They are more than happy to answer questions. You can also post a question in the BeatZillow Facebook group. Thank you so much to everyone in advance for your understanding. Now let's jump back into the questions from the BeatZillow group. The first question comes from our friend Scott. Scott says, trying Karen's single story listing idea, is there any way to add a video to the lead capture page? Great question, Scott. And first off, welcome to EAP. We're very happy to have you. I know you are a relatively new LeadSites user, so welcome to EasyAgentPro, and we look forward to what you can do with the website. Now, you do have access to 3 specific templates in Squeeze that all utilize video. In addition to those 3 lead capture pages that are using video, you also have a thank you page that's leveraging video as well. Now, on those 3 pages, the form isn't immediately visible, so the user does have to click the button and then the lead capture form appears. And you also have complete control in terms of customizing this form. So if you just want to ask for the emails or just the name in the email, you can definitely do that. You can also add an optional wildcard question as well as ask for the phone number if you so wish. Next question comes from Richard, and he says, hi, EAPers, looking for some good background music for videos. I need about 6 tracks that I can use as my go-to backgrounds. Any ideas? I've looked at SoundCloud, which is great, but so much choice. Maybe Kelvin Krupiak can chime in with ones that EAP uses. Thank you in advance for time saving. Richard, thank you so much for your question. I did recently just put out a video detailing all the different places I like to look when I'm trying to collect background music for all of my videos. And you're totally right, SoundCloud is fantastic for finding free, unique music, but one of the biggest problems is there's no easy way to search and sift through it. Now, if you do have the time available, then definitely sift through SoundCloud. You're gonna find some unique gems on there, but if you don't, then go check out YouTube. There's a bunch of different channels with different playlists that have free-to-use music already broken down into different genres, different moods that you're trying to express with the music, different themes, so whatever it is you're looking for, odds are you'll find it on a YouTube channel. In the description down below, I'm gonna have a link to SoundCloud as well as the audio library channel that I like to use when I'm looking to pick up music for my videos. Next question comes from Joel, and he says, I need ideas on a good Facebook ad with squeeze page for buyers and sellers. Karen's single story is good, but are there others? What about looking for sellers? I'm thinking of a what is your home worth squeeze page. Help figuring out targeting would be great. Interest equals looking to move. Worth targeting? Thanks. So Joel, we actually have a number of different resources for different copy and paste strategies that have been proven successful for LeadSites users. If you head on over to our help center, you can actually search for just Facebook or Facebook ads, and you're gonna see a list of different copy and paste strategies. 2 of the other prominent ones alongside of the single story home search are divorce as well as downsizing. Those are 2 different angles with different ad setups that have proven to work very well. So in addition to the single story home search that Karen is so widely known for here in the LeadSites community, I would suggest checking out all of those different Help Center articles and experimenting with each different ad setup. Now for the second part of your question, targeting likely to move. That is somewhat of a hit or miss parameter, but I always like to try it in the detailed targeting section of my Facebook ad, and I like to see what that does to my potential audience. So let's say before you added likely to move, your potential reach was over 100,000, and then once you did add that in the detailed targeting section, it brought you down to around 10,000. That's just too significant of a cut. So yes, it's definitely worth experimenting with on a number of different ads, but if it does bring your audience too low, then I would eliminate that as a variable because it's not worth the cost. Our last question comes from Daniel, and he says, is this normal, running a carousel ad for first floor master bedrooms, and today was the first full day. I have 19 clicks, but nobody has opted in to get the list. Ad is optimized for traffic because I'm getting started with driving traffic to my website. My landing page has a video like Eric used. Any insight would be great. Now, first off, Daniel, thank you so much for posting your analytics, your Facebook ad, and your landing page all in that thread. That gave everybody some good insight and allowed everyone to really check out the entire system that you have in place for your Facebook ad. Now, for those of you wondering, Daniel, is is using a carousel ad very similar to the ad that Eric was using in the video where we covered his daily lead generation setup. His landing page is also very similar, so he's using video as soon as people land on the page to establish trust immediately out of the gate. Now, based off what I've seen here, Daniel, on the landing page and the Facebook ad itself, I'm actually very satisfied with the setup that you chose to go with. I wouldn't change anything right now. You've only spent, I think it was around $12 based on the analytics that you posted in the group, so I don't really think you've given the ad enough time to breathe. So I would just wait. Facebook does take the first 1 to 3 days to optimize itself, so take some time, just wait and see how the numbers pan out. After the first 3 days, if you're not seeing any conversions, but you're seeing good traffic through from that ad, then we might want to inspect the landing page itself. I'm also planning on going through the entire setup with you on Friday's office hours, so if you're not signed up for that, Daniel, please do sign up because I would love to go through this with you in office hours, and I'd like to talk more about your targeting as well because that's also something that you didn't post that could definitely be impacting your results. And I think that's enough questions for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy the video or you found something helpful, make sure you hit that like button right down below. If you are new here, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to see your questions answered in a future video, make sure you're in the BeatZillow Facebook group. I'm going to have a link right down below in the description that takes you to a free video course, which then grants you access to the BeatZillow group. And we would love for you to come join us. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It is always such a pleasure, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.